Being up 2-0 isn't always a guarantee you'll win the whole series. But when you take the first 2 games on the road, it's time to start planning for the next round. I don't blame the Clippers for being shell-shocked. The Mavs were an average three-point shooting team in the regular season, yet have hit half their triples in the 2 games, putting them in firm control to avenge last season's loss and further adding to the legend that is Luka Doncic. The Clippers led the league in three-point shooting this season, so I imagine getting outshot by a team ranked 18th in three-point percentage wasn't on their minds. Well, they've been outscored from behind the arc in games 1 and 2 by 6 and 5 shots respectively, and it almost never happened during the regular season. In fact, 4 times their opponents made 5 or more threes, and wouldn't you know it, the Mavs did it to them twice. Oh, and all 4 games were losses for the Clips, including a 51-point drubbing without Kawhi. The first issue the Clippers have defensively is with Ivica Zubac. Sometimes, certain series present bad matchups for certain players, and I fear this is a good example, as the Mavericks have been merciless in their targeting of the big man. You can see how they want to run plenty of pick and rolls with Luka as the ball handler and Zubac guarding the roll man. It makes zero sense why they'd switch this so easily, and there isn't anything Zubac can do better than contest this shot. Again, the quick step-up screen is meant to force the switch. While I'm sure the Clippers are happy with the defense, they need to adjust at this point or get eliminated. In Game 2, they put Zubac on Maxi Kleber, and asking a rim-protecting big center like Zubac to close on a pick and pop is too much, as the wide-open 2-motion shot goes right through the hoop. On this step-up screen, Reggie almost gets back in position, but Zubac calls for the switch, contests the shot well, but Tim Hardaway Jr. has decided he's going to shoot 65% from 3 in this series. There's no other way to explain why Hardaway and company are so hot right now other than to point to how comfortable they are. When you've got that feeling, you can accomplish practically anything. And it's the same kind of feeling when you use Manscaped's whole line of grooming tools for the modern man. By being properly trimmed, everything seems to flow that much better, and the newly designed Lawnmower 4.0 is truly breathtaking. Skin-safe technology which reduces nicks and cuts. Cordless and waterproof, trim in the shower with no mess. Wireless charging with 90 minutes of use on a single charge. You think Maxi Kleber made this shot because he practiced it a lot? Maybe, but it's much more likely he's confident, smooth, and comfortable, knowing that this lawnmower has a travel lock feature. No more embarrassing buzzing in your bag. Get 20% off plus free international shipping when you click on my special link in the description below. Do it now, and you'll find out what makes Porzingis unfair. Besides his grooming, he gets to trail the offense to the top of the key and can just launch shots from 30 feet away. However, the Clippers can't keep giving him this shot if they want to stop getting outscored from the three-point line. The other issue I saw in many of these three-pointers by the Mavericks was the poor defense by Kawhi Leonard. You heard that right, Kawhi is hurting the Clippers' defense. This should be a simple switch of a ball screen, but instead he drifts too low, giving up the wide-open Hardaway shot. He does the big no-no by helping one pass away off a good shooter, allowing for the easy pass, easy shot. And you can see how upset he got at himself for doing it. He did it again in transition, helping despite Morris already being in good position on Finney-Smith, allowing another easy pass, easy shot to a very good shooter. Kawhi gets away with going way under the ball screen at first, but on the second screen, he tries it again, and it allows Luka plenty of time to launch his 2-motion fling up and out into the hoop. Here, he miscommunicates with Patrick Beverley, switching when he didn't need to. It forces Morris to rotate over to stop the layup, and Luka instantly spots the opening, getting KP the ball in the corner. Paul George does a poor closeout that allows the sidestep 3 and the improbable roll back into the hoop. Now it's time to examine why Luka gets my vote for best player in the NBA, as it's his gravity and skill level that's been getting so many good looks from beyond the arc. On this very normal pick and roll to the right, Paul George does a good job to stick to Luka, Zubac is containing properly, and Reggie is supposed to tag the roll man from the weak side. The second Jackson's feet hit the paint, look at this skip pass he throws right on the money. All THJ has to do is hop in place and let it fly before the defense can even get a hand up. Similar action here, and the defense handles it very well as Zubac recovers to break up the alley-oop pass. However, it resets back to the top. A poor closeout from Kawhi allows middle penetration. And look at how his drive collapses all 5 Clippers. Rondo falls asleep and doesn't close out to the shooter, and Luka generates another wide open 3. You'd think the Clippers would want to prevent Luka from even touching the ball, and Marcus Morris kinda denies him, but then gives up and not only lets him catch it, but instantly gets beat right into the lane. Now watch how Luka fakes out Patrick Beverley with a no-look pass to the corner, where Hardaway scissors his feet together, hops, and splashes. The Mavs go to Spain pick and roll deep in the 4th of Game 1, where Hardaway back screens the ball screener's man. The best way to defend this is to have Morris spin and get low to stay with Kleba rolling, and then have the other 2 switch men. Instead, Morris stays with Hardaway. Rondo tells Paul George to get the roll man, willing to allow the guy 50 feet away from Luka to be open for a second. But my goodness, look at this pass that Luka not only sees with his 6'8 frame, but then connects on accurately so Finney Smith can knock it down. The Clippers didn't do a ton of doubling on Luka, and here's why. Kawhi lets his man be the release valve, but is pointing to him as if he expects someone else to pick Hardaway up. This is backwards. Kawhi should be going to Hardaway and pointing to Willie Cauley-Stein to have someone rotate to guard him. As a result, it's an open shot and another reason Hardaway is cooking eggs in the pavement, he's so hot. In my favorite action of the 2 games, we see the Clippers trying to deny Luka out top with Paul George, and this triggers blind pig action out of the triangle offense. As Porzingis flashes underneath, Luka cuts back door, this sucks in 2 players to stop the drive, and it leads to another open Porzingis shot. The play was so nice the basketball gods decided to reward him with this ridiculous bounce off the back rim, and it's indicative of the entire series so far for both the Mavericks and the Clippers. It seems the only solution for the Clippers is to fight fire with fire, and the only way to do that is altering the lineups. They should start Batum instead of Zubac and hope he continues to hit 50% of his threes. They need to get minutes for Luke Kennard, who was an ultra-elite shooter for them this season, and there doesn't seem to be an explanation for why he hasn't played in the 2 games. And they need to get the ball out of Luka's hands early, like in the backcourt, so the shot clock winds down and becomes an extra defender, while anyone else on the Mavs tries to create for him. But it all may be too little too late. Losing the first 2 games at home is almost certain doom for a team, but I'm willing to guarantee the Mavericks will not continue to shoot this way. And if they come back down to earth, the Clippers have a chance to get back in this series.